Well, hello folks, welcome along to the channel. I am the Custard Prophet, and today I am going to be giving you an honest review of the new DLC released for Gas Station Simulator from Drago Entertainment. It is the Drive-In Cinema DLC, which is free and available on Steam. Yes, that's right, it is completely free. So in this video we are going to explore what this DLC is all about. We are going to talk a little bit about how it fits with the rest of the game, as well as thinking of the positives and negatives of the DLC, and I'll give you my assessment of it as well. If that sounds like something useful to you, then please stick around. Okay folks, the basic premise of the Drive-In Cinema DLC that you can see right in front of us is essentially you're going to build a drive-in cinema on your gas station map. You can see here is my gas station over here, drive-in cinema just over here. You're going to build that on your map and need to upgrade that cinema all the way through to as far as you can go to try and make money. There's a few additions to it. You can sell popcorn as well as a bunch of other things, but it's as I say, it's a free DLC, so please don't expect ridiculous amounts here. But let's have a look at how this works. What are the components? This is our little cabin here, and this is the drive-in cinema screen. Up front we have parking positions there, and you start off with 2 and then you upgrade all the way to what we have now, which is 6. Looking at the upgrades, you can see there are 10 upgrades. We've gone all the way through there. For every upgrade that you do, you will get a new film that you have access to, which is so you end up with 10 films, which is pretty good. All of them are real films as well. We'll have a look at the films in a second, but additional things are available to within some of these upgrades as well. So part of the upgrades will be to increase the amount of parking you have. Part of the upgrades will be to get the popcorn machine, which we have over here. Now this is a slightly weird setup. You buy a box of popcorn, as you can see, you refill it for $2, and then you can throw it when you have people there. And if there are people there, Dennis will come up, or a cardboard cutout of Dennis, and he will try and block you throwing popcorn to the patrons. So if we interact with the projector here, we can see the various films that we can show. So we have Frankenstein, 1910 version of Frankenstein. These are real films. Peeping Pete, and you can see we go through these all the way through to Mutt and Jeff, which I haven't looked at, but they also have Fallout, which is basically the public information film from the US about a nuclear explosion, what to do, which is rather cool. So 2 parts of that, and you might have noticed already there is something rather cool in here. Really good idea. What you get as number 5 in your upgrades is you can upload your own movie. So it can be anywhere up to 20 minutes long. It needs to be an MP4, I think. It might be another. It tells you exactly what you can do here, and then you can upload it and watch it on the big screen. And if you do want to watch it, you can just sit down here and take a load off and actually watch the film. So you can watch any of those films. You can have a smoke and take a drink, which I know, it's nice. It's nice, a nice little touch, that. So additional upgrades that we have is that we need to ensure that our drive-in cinema is clean. Now initially you'll do that by picking stuff up, but one of the upgrades is the addition of this automatic vacuum. We'll show that in a second. What that does is it allows you to have this multiplier, which gives you renown. So the more you get, the more renown you get, and we'll talk about what renown does, because that's one of the important things here. But if we click this, you can see here he goes, picking up all the rubbish, and you can see the cleanliness meter going up and up and up. There we go. And that just leaves us a need to then mop up. Ooh. Why haven't you taken these things? Okay, it did. So it's actually taken up absolutely everything, which I think is a really nice thing. The other thing that you need to do is to check people's tickets. Now, you can do that manually, or you can set up the automatic ticket machine, which is this thing here, and this will become available at level 10. The manual version, you actually need to go check their tickets in the car, compare it to what the ticket should look like, and basically look for differences. You can reject the ticket, that will give you renown if you reject it, or you can accept it. As long as you're correct in accepting or rejecting, you'll get renown. If you don't, you will lose renown. So what is all this stuff about renown? So this is this meter up here. And what this will allow you to do is it will allow you to access the next level. So like with the airstrip and the blueprint idea, renown will allow you to access the next level. You need a certain amount to be able to buy the next upgrade. This fits in with your multiplier here. The cleaner it is every time you do one of these jobs, so that's throwing popcorn at people, checking tickets, you'll get more renowned, and the multiplier will ensure that you get the maximum. So if it's clean, you'll get times 1.5 renown. If it's really dirty, you'll get times 0.2. So you want to make sure things are clean all the time. In terms of the upgrades themselves, they are all quite cheap. It doesn't take that long to get all the way through this. Let's set up a film while we're sort of doing this, and we'll set Frankenstein to go off at 10 o'clock. And what you'll see here is that we have to pay a small amount of money to get this film, and then over time you'll see people starting to appear. You can see we've got a countdown there, and you'll start to have people come through this region here. They'll come through the automatic ticket machine. That will either get rid of them or accept them, and then they can watch the film. That's basically where we are with that. So I think one of the little surprises here is that there are no additional landmarks or movables that you've got with every other DLC. You don't get any more of those things, which is a little bit of a shame, but I can understand that. Bit of a surprise, because there is room around here to kind of make this rather cool and interesting. But yeah, there we go. So we're going to watch opening to Frankenstein. We've got nobody here, but they will arrive. They come sort of halfway through the film. As long as they've got there, they will come, and you can see that it's advertised there on the screen, which is rather nice. And it is genuinely the 1910 version of this film, which is, I think, so cool. Okay, well, whilst we're waiting for people to turn up, are you going in? No. Whilst we're waiting for people to turn up, let's talk a little bit about the pros and cons of this DLC. You've pretty much seen everything. It's not massive. And actually, I think it fits really, really nicely into the gas station simulator world. Unlike things like the airstrip or the junkyard, which do take your time away from the gas station, this is quite easy just to pop over here, sort out any issues, and then pop back. It's pretty darn straightforward. Well, there we go. We've got $30 there. We're not picking up any renowned anymore because we basically maxed out there. And you can see they'll turn in there and they'll be watching the films. Another car just behind that going in. And there you go. So you're not making lots and lots of money with this. And I think that really works well. It's sort of not at all time consuming. And I think actually what I found is that some of the other things, they really do take time, and it's really hard to kind of have all the aspects of the gas station running. But this does feel like one you can have running with minimal effort, which I kind of like. I think I do like a lot of the I do like the realness of the film. I love the fact you can have upgrades, custom upgrades. The whole kind of popcorn thing is a little bit weird. There you go. If you hit Dennis, I think you get a little bit. Go on. I can't remember what you get. There you go. he just falls away, and we've run out of popcorn, so we've got to spend a little bit more money. You can see we've just chucked it all over the place. So, I mean, I think all of that, for a free DLC, feels really, really good. But in my mind, it's not the perfect DLC, unfortunately, as much as we wish it would be. I think there are some issues. There are some issues with checking of tickets, as I talked about. Sometimes you've got the right ticket, and it will say, you'll say, yeah, that's okay, but then it will tell you it's not, and you will lose Renown for that. I look back in footage, and it definitely is the case, so that's not always perfect. You can't actually schedule the movies, so you have to do them one at a time. Feels like this is a nice, easy thing. If you had the opportunity at a later date to actually say, this is the schedule for the day, that would be a really nice thing, wouldn't it? I don't really like the popcorn thing. I'd love the ability to kind of serve drinks and popcorns to the cars rather than doing things like this. But, you know, it is what it is. And I think the one thing with this is you don't really make any money from this. It's kind of like the ice cream stand. It's a cool thing, but you're not going to make any money at all from it. But it doesn't really take a lot of time, and I think it's more fun than actually causes a problem. So I think in the main it feels a lot more good than bad, this DLC. Don't expect loads and loads here. It is, if you like the base game of Gas Station Simulator, this fits onto that. You don't need anything else for it. I don't know at what level you need to get to in the base game for this to become active. I haven't worked that one out, but that's all you need. It doesn't link onto the Tidal Wave DLC, whereas some of the other DLCs do, which is a shame. I thought they could have put that there. But yeah, I think it is rather cool. I've really enjoyed this. It's certainly the best free DLC, and I think it's perhaps better than potentially some of the DLCs that you pay for. So that kind of tells you where it is. I think given what it is, given how much you're paying for it, this feels like a 7.5 out of 10 for me. There's definitely ways to improve it, and I think they could do that in the future. I think they might even be doing that, looking at some of the upgrades that they're doing. But I think if you like Gas Station Simulator, go for it. Pick this one up and have a go with it. It's definitely worth it in my book. Anyway, folks, I hope that is a helpful thing. If you have this DLC or have any questions about it, please let me know them in the comments. Leave your thoughts on the DLC, things you like, things you don't like, things you'd like to see, and also DLCs that you would like to see added to the Gas Station Simulator world. Love to hear all of your comments. Anyway, that will do it. Hope you enjoyed Frankenstein. Hope you enjoyed this little honest review, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.